Hey, I still cannot get the live to connect on Facebook. I am struggling. You would think that this would be like a good thing, but I mean, it's not. It's so frustrating. And I'm like, okay, how do I get this to work? It's not working. And I I mean, really, I don't even know what to do anymore. I was trying to get everybody to go over to YouTube, but it's not. There's a few people that don't want to go to YouTube because they're like, well, I don't want to create a profile on YouTube or an account or whatever. I get it, but this is like maddening. I mean, this is so maddening. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to go. Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, looks like I'm finally live on YouTube. Sorry about that. This is not my favorite thing, but that's okay. We're adjusting. I am trying to, I'm still trying to get some, software situations in,
Sorry about that.
There we go. Okay, so now here we are. All right, so in YouTube, and see, this is still not. I'm so sorry. This is just maddening. This is why I would like to stream to just YouTube, but I do understand that there are people that don't want to create a however you want to put it. There we go. They don't want to create an account on YouTube. I don't know why. I have multiple accounts on YouTube. I mean, I have one for our family because, well, everybody changes my algorithms. Then, of course, I have one for Metaphysical Round Table. I have one that used to be Metaphysical Round Table that still has 3,000 subscribers. Then I have my personal one. I have one for each of my kids. Yeah, I'm managing a lot of YouTube accounts, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm up on Facebook now. It's a little crazy, a little sketchy. But let's talk about September. All right, so September, there is Pisces and Virgo are on the ecliptic right now. North Node is in Pisces and South Node is in Virgo. It's a lot of fun for us Virgos. So with all of that, this eclipse season that we have coming up, September 7th, is the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So it's going to be a lot of cord cutting. It's going to be a lot of just we need to let go. We need to release this. It's great, really. So, and it is a lot, Kelsey. It is. I mean, it's a lot. So a lot of cord cutting, a lot of releasing at that full moon lunar eclipse on the 7th. Then on the 21st, we have our second new moon in Virgo, and this one is a solar eclipse. All right, it's a partial solar eclipse, and it is going to be a fresh new start. It's going to be a new beginning. So it is a lot of chaotic energy, and I don't put my water out in the eclipses because, well, I have a bunch of animals, and I have two-legged animals. And they are animals. And then I have, a husband. Still, it's crazy. I've got my own chaos here. I don't need to add to it. So we're gonna try to quieten the chaos so I don't put my water out in that chaotic eclipse energy. Some people enjoy the chaos, especially people that were born in eclipses. They enjoy the chaos. They understand the chaos and they thrive in it. That is not me. That's not where I'm at. So, what we are going to talk about is how we can really embrace the cord cutting of the total lunar eclipse on the 7th and the partial solar eclipse on the 21st. So how can we do that? What can we do here? I have several suggestions, and they can be combined. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip my thing here, and the thing is, I was trying to get. I think this needs to be mouse keeps moving my lights. Is that better? Is that better? I was trying to when I was trying to log in, it kept rolling my intro, so that's probably going to be a mess. But I wanted to talk about I wanted to have a longer intro, but you're only allowed so many words on when you put in the description part. God, what is wrong with me? Seriously, is this menopause? I don't know. When you put in the description part, you're only allowed so many words. So I really couldn't put in as much of a descriptor as I would have liked. So let's talk about what we can do here. Now, my suggestion is having a bingo card for September or a no-buy month in September. And when I say no-buy month, I don't mean not paying your bills or not buying food or gas. I'm talking about not just dropping stuff into the Amazon cart and hitting purchase for that dopamine release. And you know what I'm talking about. Everybody I haven't met anybody yet that doesn't get that dopamine high from being able to just go click, buy now. And then, in a day or two, it shows up at your house, right? That is amazing. It is. And it's also amazing, when you in a crappy mood, things are going south with my relationship, my job, my home, my kids' homework, whatever. All of that, you can offset it with that quick dopamine hit by coming in and just being did I get disconnected? Because I just got a message on my computer saying OBS was reconnected. Okay. All right, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hope you're still here, YouTube. I don't know. Let's just check, shall we? Yeah. So so anyway, sorry. It's just the virus that won't go away. So anyway, what I'm saying is great. All right, still good. So what I'm saying is that we don't need to do that to be fulfilled. We don't need that dopamine hit to be fulfilled. Now, I'm hearing people that are in my family and other people I've talked to say, but I have birthdays I have to buy for. I have to do this. Yes, okay, 100%. So let's just circle those birthdays on the calendar and say, all right, I'm buying a birthday present for somebody on September 2nd. okay? And that's it. That's the only thing that you're buying that's extra. That's not gas, food, shelter, bills. Okay? When we do that, I want you to also write down on here the things that you didn't buy. Yeah. Like, I want you to put it on a calendar. And all these lovely people online, this is what they do. Okay? And also, you know, me being the Virgo that I am, I bought these a while back, like last year actually. And I love to use, because I use these colors for different things. And if you've ever seen my calendar, where, I don't know where I put it, like my calendar, you know that I put like a lot of different colors. Okay, I don't want you guys to see all of my clients' names. Okay, so I have a lot of things color coded on here. So like I have bills, I have all the astrology stuff, I have holidays, all that stuff is in here and it's color coded. Okay, and then I have yet a different color for like clients and on the days that I'm doing readings, because I don't do readings every day now. Yeah. So so like on here, my clients being listed, they'll be listed in one color, like, you know, once they make an appointment and I do the reading, the time that they're charged for will be put in another color, and another color will tell me whether they've paid or not. Yeah. So, I know. That's me. It's not a requirement. So I do like pretty colors. This makes me happy. So that also in turn makes the bingo card easier for me, and it makes things like this easier because I look at it and I like to see, you know, the happy colors. And plus I already have these. I don't have to rebuy them. You know, I've had these for like a year. This is perfect. So let's say that, just for an example, all right, I'm out at Target on September 3rd. Now, Target, where I'm at, is really close to Kohl's. So most of the time when I go to Target, I'm like, you know, might as well, while I'm over here, just hop on over to Kohl's and see what they have. Because 90% of my t-shirts come from Kohl's. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So 90% of my t-shirts come from Kohl's. Then the rest of my clothes sort of come from Target, Walmart, you know, Sam's, wherever I buy food from. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous because every time I enter those establishments to buy food, what I do is I end up buying something because I'm like, you know, I don't think I have that color. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Oh, look, they have some new earrings and they might be on sale. I'm going to go ahead and get that. So what I'm going to do is if I go to Target and I say, okay, Target had some earrings that I did not buy. And maybe I did not go to Kohl's. So I'm just going to put a big, okay. So you see, so already in September, and I know I'm a bit like going into the future here. What a shocker. But so what I would do is if there's something I need to buy, so one of my kids has been invited to a birthday party. You have to buy a birthday present, right? But I'm not buying them a gift. I'm not buying my child a gift and buying a birthday present, right? I'm just buying a birthday present for that child's birthday, the birthday person, right? I feel like that's a necessity. I don't feel like that's something we can skip out on. However, the usual Friday nights when we go to dinner, or we order out and like go pick it up, and bring it in, that could be skipped, right? That's definitely not a necessity. So we're just going to put dinner right here, that we didn't buy dinner. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cough. So, as we're looking at that, we're going to just put on this calendar that I printed off of Canva, by the way. It's free. And you can print these calendars from anywhere, or if you already have a calendar, like I have a calendar in my kitchen, I have an astrology calendar right here beside me all the time. I have a calendar hanging, and I have one in my little, I have calendars, okay? I think we're establishing that. But the thing is, what you want to do is just write down when or what day that you're out and about and something that you didn't buy. All right. And this is going to completely obliterate most of our Amazon carts for like a month. I hit add to cart all the time. And about every 2 or 3 days, I go through and hit like save for later, delete or whatever, because thank goodness, I have trained my children to not hit like just buy now. That has happened. It really has. It's been ugly before. So, really, they've bought stuff off of Groupon. They've bought stuff off. It's maddening. So you can't say, all right, I'm not buying any of this. I'm not doing any of this. Somebody's birthday, we're just going to have to say, screw them. That's not right. No. Because if you normally buy birthday presents for a birthday party that you were invited to, or your child was invited to, or your coworker, and, everybody's donating money to like the birthday fund, then yeah, you just, that's a necessity. It is. So I don't want you to see it as like that, but it's not a necessity to go out to lunch, right? For the coworker, maybe. It's not a necessity to, it's not a necessity to do some big expenditure. Now, again, I had to look at this closely because I've been thinking about this for a few weeks. I had to look at this closely because for my business, I typically buy like a lot of stuff. All right. I have to buy stuff to restock like my booth. I have to, have things in it. So I tried to sort of be prepared, not to say that I went all out and was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to spend, big so that I don't have to spend anything in September and it really looks like a real no buy September. Well, that doesn't count if you stockpiled before. So what I was doing is I took a solid inventory. I looked at things and I sort of projected, and I was like, well, we are getting closer into Christmas. We are getting into, I don't want to say holiday buying. We are, but we aren't, because I don't buy gifts this early. Do y'all buy gifts this early for Christmas? I mean, I'm just curious. Some people do. I do not. I am that person buying gifts like a week or two before Christmas and hoping that they get here in time, especially if I'm, because I'm online buying. But I will tell you what I also have a tendency to do. I don't know if this is for you guys, but I watch all of these these shows on YouTube. I watch a lot of commentary shows on YouTube, and the commercials that they have in there, or even the sponsors that they have, oh my gosh, it just sounds like so great. Are you going through menopause? Because those phones hear us. Are you going through menopause? Well, then you need this. You need this. You need to buy this app. You need to sign up for this subscription. You need to do la 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 la. And I fall into that. I fall into that a lot. I know, a lot more than you would think. But I could put on here, didn't buy from that advertisement. That would be a significant turn for me. Mercury, can I ask what you're doing? Oh my gosh. It's like she's trying to dig through cans of cat food. And Mercury does not like canned cat food. It's like the only cat I've ever met that doesn't like canned cat food. Yeah. So anyway, so no dinner. Okay. So when we start looking at things like that, towards the end of the month, you can definitely see, hey, look at all the things I didn't buy. Look at all the things that I was tempted to buy. Look at all the things that I didn't buy. And what you're doing is you're sitting back and you're looking at, oh my gosh, this is what I typically do. Because to be honest with you, I go into Sam's, I go into Costco, Walmart, Target. Those are the places that I go to all the time. And I immediately, even if I'm there to buy food, I immediately go and just want to check out the clothing section. Is there something on sale that I can get for my kids? Is there something on sale that I can get for myself? Because mama got to take care of herself, right? But like, how much more crap do I actually need? My house was built in the 60s. Do you know how small the closets are in my house? They're minuscule. Even the master bedroom closet is like tiny. So it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. We don't need all of that. Okay? I don't need any extra clothes. I'm probably good. Well, I mean, I have enough clothes that if I have weight fluctuations, which I have been, I have enough to cover it all. Yeah. I mean, I can have weight fluctuations and really wear all of these clothes for the next, 2 years. Yeah. So, barring wearing them out or getting them stained by, cats who knock stuff over on my clothes. I don't want to talk about that either. But, because that's happened this week. So, this is where we are. We can actually sit back and we can see our progress by saying, oh my gosh, I only bought one birthday present this month. The rest was just bills. It was just food. It was just gas. It was just necessities. That's acceptable, right? Okay, so I have an eye appointment in September. I am going to have to buy contacts. That's acceptable, right? That's something planned. It's something that's going to happen. I also have, because we're doing some stuff to our house, I have a roll-off, a dumpster coming. So that's something else that's already been planned and paid for. So I'm not thinking that that is like excessive. Now, if I decide to say, oh, I want new bedding, that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Honestly, I think something like that could wait until December or the beginning of the year, because there's so many other projects when you start looking at like really what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, which brings me to the bingo card, that it does help you prioritize where you need to spend your money. Okay? So with the bingo card that you can couple with this, and again, we're trying to do a dopamine reset so that you're not having that quick dopamine hit every time you hit buy now in your cart on Amazon. That's not the only thing that we hit buy now on. I mean, there's of course eBay, there's TikTok shop. Oh my gosh, TikTok shop. I mean, those people are selling ice cubes to Eskimos. They're good at it. They really are. I mean, really, I bought these new eyelashes. I'm not loving them. I'm going to be real honest with you. It took me, normally putting on my eyelashes takes me like 5 minutes, you know. I've been doing this for a while now. Even using the wig glue and like the individuals really can do them real quick. These new eyelashes, 20 minutes. 20 minutes to do these damn eyelashes. I'm like, But the thing is, I'm not going to buy new eyelashes until I use all of these up. And that's probably going to be October or November. Yeah. So, just letting you know. So this is how we can couple our bingo card and the calendar by saying, okay, I have this dumpster coming, this roll-off coming. So what I'm going to do is I am going to clean out my closet so that I can really examine what it is that I have and what it is that I need. We're going to go through, we're going to set up a yard sale. That's a good thing, right? When you're in a no-buy month, a yard sale is a great thing because you don't typically have to buy stuff to sell, right? You don't even really have to buy stickers. Like most of the yard sales that I've been to, the really, really organized yard sales that I've been to, they have like this entire section is like $5. This entire section is $2. Whatever's in that section, that's how much it is. So you don't even have to buy stuff for that. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm coughing. But it actually is better. Can you believe that? Yeah. All right. So anyway, and you don't have to do this in September, okay? If you choose to do this in October, maybe you need a month to think about this. That's all right, because September is like coming on Monday. So if you need time to think about this, that's fine. I was just trying to do the dopamine reset and like take some time to really think about our spending before we move into the real Christmas season, before we move into the real like this time of the year, you know, the holidays, because I gotta tell you, there's been so many times that I've literally just gone broke at the holidays. And it was like years ago, and I would, before children, and I would just be like, I love receiving homemade gifts, and I would try to make gifts for people. And there are some people that I'm related to that was not well received. Like I would take pictures and frame them and give it to them, and it was not well received. So, sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm keep trying to check Facebook because as you saw, it took me forever to get on live Facebook. And I can't see the comments from Facebook. I have to look over here. It's okay. We're doing good. We're doing real good. Trying to stay positive. So what we can do for our bingo card is set like some realistic goals, like have a yard sale, set up for the yard sale, purge clothes for the yard sale. Like all of those things can go on here. Okay. And then, you know, I mean, keep going. You know, what else do you need to accomplish before we get this holiday season in gear? What else is it that you want to do? I will tell you, there's some fantastic people online on YouTube that are great at helping you if you want to declutter or if you're working through like all these things. There's some great people on there, and I just want to show you right now. One of them is called Space Maker Method. Okay? Space Maker Method. They are on YouTube, and a lot of these people help they help out a lot of people in New York City. And you know, typically in New York City, the apartments are very small. They're very small, right? So it is easy to get cluttered in that kind of environment, but I like their approach to it. It's not like some of the other clutter people that I watch, and I watch a lot of these people, I'm just going to tell you, because I love it. My house is a total disaster, but I love to watch somebody else like getting their shit together. I mean, that's like a Virgo's wet dream, right? And right now, it's just been such a struggle to get my house together that it's terrifying. It's terrifying. So I've been watching a lot of people online. Yeah. Now, what you see online, and this is why I like the space maker method. Is that what I just said? Yes, space maker method. Is that they're not just like trying to force everybody into the same kind of, hello, Veronica. They're not trying to just elbow everybody into the same little niche. They're not trying to elbow everybody into the same thing. What like this woman does, and I really like this, is that she's like, let's go through all the clothes. We're not putting them into subcategories yet. The only category that we're starting out with is keep, get rid of, try on. And that's what she starts with. Is like keep, get rid of, not even a throwaway or a donate pile, just get rid of and then try on. And then she's like, okay, try these clothes on. Now we're going to go back through. After you decide when you try the clothes on, you're going to go back through and you're going to take another sweep, like a couple of days later or whatever, through your keep pile. Go back through it. And I love how she does that. And I'm like, that's a great way to do it. And it's not just like, just trying to purge, do a hard, like get rid of right on the outset. That's not what she does. So if you're looking for somebody to sort of hold your hand while you're trying to declutter, space maker method. Did I just say that right? Like, I love how I have to keep checking because I'm insane. Space maker method. Yes, that is the YouTube channel, and I will stop looking now. Lots of fun. I really am. I'm sorry, I'm coughing. No, thank you for letting me cough in your ear. Yes, that's what we're doing here. So anyway, you can put in your bingo card, I'll flip the screen. You can put in your bingo card like, okay, like guest room closet, because that's a catch-all in our house. Master bedroom closet. Then we've got kids' bedrooms. However you want to put it on here. So you can purge and then slowly set up for your yard sale. Meanwhile, you're over here in your calendar, like listing out the things that you didn't buy that day. And I know it sounds crazy. But at the end of the month, when you do get to the end of the month and you see how many times you didn't go to Kohl's, or that you didn't go to dinner, or that you didn't stop by Chick-fil-A and just grab a sandwich real quick. Who does that? If you do that and you start seeing like the dopamine, like how is that like making you feel like you've accomplished something real quick, or that you just feel really crappy and you're just like, this will make me happy. Been there, done that, and now I have boxes of shit all over my office and all over my house to prove it. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to definitely do a dopamine reset. You do not have to do this in September. If you are watching this in 2026, which I doubt it, I mean, really, my stuff is like really niche-y and time sensitive. I know I've been preparing another video, and it's, yeah, my stuff is very like niche. So anyway, if you're watching this at a later time, you can do this at any time. It doesn't have to be during eclipse season. It doesn't. This just so happens that we have this lunar eclipse and this solar eclipse on these 2 days, that this one is in Pisces and this is cord cutting. And this is fresh start. Because of that full moon and that new moon. Full moon in Pisces, new moon in Virgo. And again, I want to stress that this is the second new moon in Virgo. And that is really intense because Virgos are so, I want to say picky, but I really want to say judgy. Yeah. I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Gemini moon that I have makes me a lot of fun. It really does. Because otherwise I would be a total pain in the ass, stick in the mud, Virgo with Capricorn rising. It's scary. Yeah. So this is so that we can see our accomplishment. This is so that we can plan out our accomplishments. And I did have a viewer, and I don't know where she put this comment, if she put it on YouTube or if she put it on Facebook, but the last time I did the bingo card, she said she decluttered 80% of her house using the bingo card. This is what it's there for. It's there to help motivate us. And having a no-buy month should help us reset the dopamine. It should help us reset that instant gratification. And again, I have to ignore, and it's no longer $1, but I have to ignore that dollar spot in Target. And I think several of you last time I mentioned that was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's hard. It is hard. It's insane, to be honest with you. I mean, why do they want to do that? You enter the store and it's right there. It's right there. Rude, right? It's just asking you to spend money. So if you have a thing about like jewelry, or if you have a thing about t-shirts, you know, which I have a thing about both of those, jewelry and t-shirts, because I like to wear t-shirts because they're very versatile and I can just put jewelry with them to dress them up. It's a nutty thing that I am. But the thing is, this is going to help us have that dopamine reset so that if we aren't feeling good, if we are unhappy about something in our lives, whether it is our job or our hobbies or our relationships or our home or whatever situation that is making us unhappy, we can find a way to address it instead of hitting up Chick-fil-A and getting a milkshake. I don't even want to talk about the weight gain with me because I'm back to like the weight that I was at before I lost 50 pounds. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, we don't have to go and hit Chick-fil-A. We don't have to go to the Entenmann's, display at Kroger. We don't have to do that because an Entenmann's is an unnecessary product, by the way, if you are in the grocery store. That's not necessary to your life. We love it. We love Entenmann's, but it's not necessary. Vegetables, I'm going to even go as far as to say like a frozen pizza. That's a food group. It has food group in it. But the Entenmann's, not necessary. So think about that before you go to the grocery store, because there are traps at the grocery store as well, aren't there? There's an entire aisle at Kroger near me that I'm like, I can't walk down that aisle. I mean, because there's always something that I need when I walk down that aisle. It's insane. It really is. So that's something else to think about, okay? And it really makes you think about the way that you're spending your money. This is not about budget as much as it is about the dopamine reset, to me. It is a good thing, I think, for our budgets, but it's not as much of a budgetary thing as it is a dopamine. However, this could help propel us to maybe buy some or make some gifts for Christmas, buy some reasonable gifts for Christmas, make gifts for Christmas, which is where I was going with my earlier statement. I think that making gifts for people, they really do appreciate it. I love it when people make me gifts. But some of the things that people buy me, I'm just like, thank you so much. I appreciate you thinking about me. Like, I love this. I love that you thought about me like this. But then I feel guilty and I hold on to that for a long time because I feel guilty giving it away or donating it. That's not how we need to live, right? And generally, something that someone makes for you, you use it, right? And that's really cool. Because there's somebody in the chat that has made gifts for me and made gifts for me to give to somebody. You know, I love that. So it's fantastic. And I love that. And it's something that I use. It's something that I will use. I also love food. Oh my gosh. I mean, making food around the holidays and giving it away. I mean, like my family members really love it when I make bread and give it to them for Christmas. I mean, again, to each his own, right? But the thing is, this can help you put a lot more thought into maybe what you buy. It can help you put a lot more thought into what do they really need or what can I make for them? Or even saying, hey, me and my best friend are doing this. Like, she has a lot of projects at her house. She lives about an hour and 45 minutes away. I have a lot of projects at my house. So for our birthdays and for Christmas this year, this is what we're gifting each other. We're gifting each other time, which is a hot commodity with both of us. So what we're doing is I'm going to go to her house one weekend. And before that weekend arrives, we're going to talk about it and plan and say, what can we logistically get done in a weekend? You know? And we're going to work on one of her projects and we're going to get it done. We're going to knock it out. Then she's going to come here and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to knock it out and just say, all right, let's get these projects done. Because both of us just have a lot on our plate. We have a lot going on. And this is not only going to allow us to spend time together, which we've not really been able to do, but it's also going to help us put take accountability and say, okay, I have to plan so when she comes here that I'm ready to go with this project, that I have all the things that I need for it. If we're painting or if we're putting up molding or, you know, if we're cleaning out the carport, which I don't even want to get into right now. It really looks like I'm having a yard sale in my carport, and that's not happening. I mean, it will happen, but it's not happening right now. It's just a mess. So that kind of thing. So we're going to do that for each other because once we get the ball rolling, once we start here, we're going to, it's really going to make like a lot happen. It's really going to, once you get the ball rolling, you get into that mindset and you start going, okay, great. Now what can I do next? Now what can I do next? And I'll say that because this is what happened years ago when when me and my husband and my parents were remodeling my house. So once you really get the ball rolling, you're like, yep, let's keep going, let's keep going. And that's what a weekend warrior does. When you don't have a lot of time during the week and you're really busy and you've got a family, excuse me, and maybe you don't even have a family. I can't even believe how busy I was when I was single. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, I thought I was, I was busy. I was, because I was working multiple jobs. Well, hello, Danielle. I know, I haven't seen you in forever either. But these things are going to help us. It'll help us take accountability. It'll help us keep ourselves like progressing. It'll help us see what it is that we're not buying, right? If we choose the no buy September, or if we just choose to do the bingo card again. Because you have to put on here, again, things that are important to you, things that you need to get accomplished, but you also have to put in some fun things. You also have to put in, like, get a haircut, right? Because that is something that I have budgeted for, like, coming up. I'm, like, my hairdresser has probably just been like, oh my gosh, where is she? I mean, she texts me every now and then. She's like, I just want to make sure that I don't need to send out like a wellness check on you, because I've literally had no time this summer. I don't think I've been to see her since March or April. I mean, and look at this. I look like a sheepdog. This is not a good look. Come on. So I'm going to get a haircut. I'm going to get my hair done. That's a great thing. It's really exciting. And it's also relaxing. At some point or another, because my kids are out of school some of September, we're going to go to the movies. Now, if I'm in a no-buy September, that would be considered like spending, right? But with the children out of school, we gotta do something. We gotta have some activities, because it's not like water parks are open full time now with them out of school. It's not like I can take them to a water park where we have seasons passes or whatever. We could probably go to Six Flags, but all of those things, again, you have to put into perspective. I don't feel like us going to the movies would be like really that much of a bad spending thing. But we're probably not going to go to dinner afterwards, or we're probably not going to go out to eat. It'll just be, an afternoon at the movies. So that kind of thing. So do you see where I'm at with this? Like, when I say a no buy, let's write that in really big letters. Look, I have this really fat magic marker. Let's hope it's still like, just like, no buy September. Yes, they did just go back to school, and they get a week off in September. Yeah. So that's super fun for parents that try to work, isn't it? We're not going to talk about that, though. So again, for the no buy September, we need to use some common sense. We need to use some discretion. So if you have a birthday party that your kids are going to, and you need to buy a birthday present, I get that. If your kids are out of school for, a period of time, mine are out of school for the entire week. Okay? So we are going to have to do some activities. And some of the things that we do, like some of the things that we did this summer, didn't cost any money. So we do have seasons passes to a number of things. We have passes to museums. We also go to the library. And like both of my kids love to do art. And somebody in the chat gave one of my kids this enormous like sketchbook, And he has been spending so much time filling that up. I mean, that doesn't cost anything, right? For him to just be active. Also, speaking of the library, our library here in Cobb County, you can check out passes to museums, to parks. You can check out passes there. Now, we do have to put in a request for it, and you have to get on a list, but you can check out passes for those things. So I can check out a pass and say, let's go to this museum that we don't have seasons passes to or yearly memberships to or whatever. Let's check out passes to this museum. I may have to pay for one of us to get in, but I won't be paying for all of us. Okay? And just thinking of stuff like that. My boys also really like to go lately. They've enjoyed going on hikes. Now that it's not as hot, they enjoy doing that. So there's that component as well. And I think that, again, this would be, this would be fantastic. It's just up to you how you want to approach this. This isn't a one size fits all, okay? This is just to help us reset dopamine. And I'm just seeing how much some of us do this. Now, I also, I coach a lot of people. This one lady that I coach, she's a reseller. And I know that some people have a bad taste in their mouth about resellers, but she's not one who spikes up the costs and stuff. She goes to a lot of thrift stores, she goes to a lot of yard sales, and she buys things, she'll fix them up, or she reuses them for some sort of decoration or something. She sells everywhere, and she now has a booth. Thanks to my encouragement. I know. So she has a booth near me at one of the places where my mom and I have stuff. So that is her. She couldn't really have a no buy month because her entire business is about selling. So she has to purchase to sell, but that's her business. It's not her personal life. It's not her jumping into the deep end and saying, I want to do this. I want to do this. She's starting a YouTube channel, which is actually what I'm coaching her about, because I think many of you know I have made every possible mistake that you could possibly make starting a YouTube channel. So I have a whole side thing where I coach people how to start a YouTube channel. So when I was telling her how she could start her YouTube channel, the way that her business runs, I was like, you don't need a lot of the equipment that I have. This is not what you're going to be using it for. And I said, you need to look at some basic stuff. And then as your YouTube channel grows, you can scale up, which is exactly what I did. And that was a good decision. Now, I do have a thing for cameras. I love cameras. But my Canon camera that I stream with was my most expensive thing. It was even more than my computer, if you can believe that. Yeah. So a lot of the other things that I have in my office, I thrifted. I thrifted lights, the monitor, one of my monitors actually. So there's some things that you need to buy new and some things you don't need to buy new. And again, if you have a no buy month, it does help you to decide what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And so she is going into September as a no buy month because she's like, all right, well, I'm going to try it. And she said, I may just do it a week at a time. Huh, great. because she has a tendency, she'll buy things for herself and then she's like, oh, I really decided I didn't like that. I really decided that didn't work for me. And then she turns around and sells it, like on one of her sites, or especially with clothes, because she has I don't know, Poshmark? Is that a thing? Yeah, I think it's Poshmark. She turns around and she sells it if she doesn't like it. You know, she turns around and she sells it if it doesn't work for her. And so I like that. I appreciate that. But at the same time, if she stopped and thought about it, then she wouldn't lose any money, because it's not like she can turn around and sell it for the same amount that she bought it for. You know, she has to deeply discount it. Sometimes she only gets like half of her money back. And that's like, that would be a good thing, you know? So, the cough is getting better. It is. So I just want to tell you that I really feel like, I feel like you can combine these two things, or I feel like you can just dedicate yourself to the bingo card again. But the thing is, we have these eclipses. We have the lunar eclipse coming first on the 7th, and then the solar eclipse on the 21st. The lunar eclipse is going to be about cord cutting. It's going to be about letting go. It's going to be about transformation. And that's what this entire year is all about. All right? We're in a 9-year numerology, and that's really where we're at. Okay? Then when we look at the 21st, we have a fresh start with a solar eclipse at the new moon in Virgo. And Virgo is so wanting to be organized, wanting to get out there and have this fresh start, wanting to just move ahead in an ambitious and fresh start way. Yeah, I think that this is a great time to implement one or both of these things. It's up to you. Again, this is not a one-size-fits-all. And I don't care when you're watching this. You can put this into play at any time. The bingo card, I just want to remind you guys that when you do put hard things on here, like, you know, clean out your closet or whatever, if you're cleaning out all the closets in your house, then put each closet in its own block. Okay? If you're going to the movies with your kids, put that in a block. If you're gonna do something special, go to a birthday party, or drop stuff off at a thrift store, please don't go to Goodwill. Just find a local thrift store, okay? There's so many, I just said that I watch a lot of these commentary channels on YouTube, and so many of the commentary channels have been covering like just the despicable practices with Goodwill. Please go to a local thrift store. Even Mouse agrees. Look, he even got up. I mean, he's kicked out all this food over here, and it's not even his. That's Mercury's food, and he's kicked it out. Help me understand these cats. I mean, really. So, make sure that you're adding fun things in to the bingo card, as well as the hard things that you have to do and cover. And mix them up a bit, all right? Don't put all hard things in one row and all easy things in the next row. Mix it up a bit. Remember when we went through this? And on here, on the calendar portion, you're going to write down the things that you didn't do, which I know sounds crazy, but it's like you went into Target and you didn't buy earrings. You went to Target and you didn't go to Kohl's, which is right next to it. So you didn't go to Kohl's. That was a good thing. You know, you didn't go to dinner. You didn't order takeout. Always a good thing. When you're trying to save money, right? Maybe you skipped going to the Dollar Tree. Y'all, they just built this huge new Dollar Tree really close to me. In fact, it's right next door to really, Mouse? It's right next door to Target, And this place is like the mall of Dollar Trees. It's huge. It is, I don't want to oversell this. It's ginormous. It's a giant Dollar Tree. So I won't be doing that in September because everything's not $1 anymore and I'll spend too much money. Yeah. So think about, if your kids are out of school like mine are, then think about things that you can do. Okay? Think about things that you can do together. Think about like stuff you can do that doesn't cost money, but don't beat yourself up if you do, go to the movies. But I'm planning on that. So there's food for thought as well. Yay. And if you already planned on doing stuff like a birthday present, or in my case, I've already planned to, like have the roll off, the dumpster thing come to my house. Like those are planned expenses. That's not like, it's not something that's just eating through your money. That's a planned expense because maybe this is the only time that you have to do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss any comments on YouTube or Facebook. I appreciate you guys like being so patient with me, and while I'm still trying to work out the kinks with, well, at least until the software that I use to stream, they're having another update. I guess they've had a lot of complaints or whatever. They're having another update launch. So hopefully I'll be able to go back to the old way of doing everything. And I'll have it all in one place so that I can see Facebook comments and I can see YouTube comments. I really, I would love to encourage everybody just to watch on YouTube. I get it if you don't want to create an account. You do have to have an account to comment. You don't have to have an account to watch. So just letting you know that. But you do have to have an account to comment, which I love your comments. So it's not that bad to create like just a YouTube like account. It's not the same thing as having a channel. It's not. So there you go. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I am going to spend more time talking about the eclipses probably next week, or I don't know, who knows, maybe I won't talk about them at all. I mean, I did talk about them quite a bit tonight, but I have some new things coming up, and I'm not even sure, I'm not even sure that this is going to work. I'm just like, I feel like I'm stuck because like I have all these projects that I've started and I've these things that I want to do, and I feel real stuck just because of the amount of like clutter and the amount of stuff that is like holding me back from starting some of these things. But there's something that's just been driving me crazy to start. So I'll keep you guys posted and see if y'all like that. I know I'm leaving you hanging, but it's just because if I don't do it by next week, I don't want to like spoil it. Yeah. And I'm really still waiting for my voice to 100% come back. But when you spend a lot of your day talking, yeah, kind of goes away real quick. All right, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And until we see each other again, guys, get out there and make your magic. Bye.